and then go to the live screen. All right. There we go. We're live. Okay. Welcome, Miss Hellbreaker, Joy, Janneke, aka. But Joy, it's been so great to know you. Like every time I speak to you, I feel happier. Like you chose the right name for yourself. So this is my group, New Earthways, and we're like, I want to share all kind of new things that I hear about, like, because how I started this group and what I thought the plan was is because I heard of ICEA, and then I couldn't believe I'd never come across this ICEA miracle elixir of life anywhere. Like it had never popped up for me anywhere. So I decided, well, I'm going to make this group where we can all share our wisdom and our things with each other that we know is like tried and trusted, you know, like so that you don't have to go just, you know, on the internet, any kind of weird thing pops up. But like in this group, we can know each other. So we know like if somebody in this group says it's a good thing, then we can go and try it because it is a good thing. And so when you were telling me about Ankh healing, the first few times you said it, I didn't even know what you were saying. I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait and listen. What are you saying? So Janneke or Joy, shall I call you Joy or Janneke?
You can call me Joy, especially for international people, because like my real name is Janneke Hellebrekers. And then I called myself Miss Hellbreaker because like it's my real surname. So I felt like I let go of the matrix. I'm living in paradise. And I like broke hell. And I feel like, and I help other people to break free from it. And then later I chose the name Joy because I want to embody as much as possible, just joy. So that's why I use it.
So Joy, please tell us, how did you come to know or do Ankh healing? Or first tell us a little bit about your journey and then Ankh healing.
Oh my, yeah. Well, I first I started on my awakening journey after a burnout, and then I had a mom who was already spiritual, did all sorts of healing things. She did like numerology, palm reading, tarot, and I really did. I was like very rejecting of everything. And then I had like spiritual awakening, and then I was on the path. And then the more I saw like, oh, that's all quite interesting what my mom is doing. But I started first with yoga, with connecting with my body and really going inwards. I like meditating and yoga. And only later, when I saw the transformation of my mom, while she was doing this course for the Ankh healing, I saw like, this is what I need to do. And I was like, oh, I need to do this. And especially for myself, I started. And I just saw how much it transforms people in a very short time. It goes really, really deep. And yeah, so I went onto this. And now I'm like, on this journey for already a lot of years, and I give healings with people, but also give healings online to people all over the world. So and recently I even started sharing it in a course where people could learn how to give it themselves. So that's also really cool.
That must be so cool, growing up with such an awake mom and alternative and stuff.
No, well, not in the beginning you don't, because then you're like, oh, this is all so fake. The yoga is fake. I was always like so much in my head. Yoga was fake, meditation was fake. Oh yeah, you want to get a tarot card for me. I will just do it because you like it. And now we're going crystal shopping together, giving healings together. And it's like, I'm so grateful that I can talk about everything what is happening with me, with her, because she's having the same transformations. But she had only like when she was 16, when I was like 30, we had the same like things happening. And I'm really grateful that I'm very grateful that I have a mom that is into it. But when I'm growing up, I was like, oh, you come home with a new boyfriend, and then she starts talking about her child out of a past life, and then you feel really embarrassed.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. And so, so how did she discover Ankh healing then? Because I mean, isn't Ankh, this is like an Egyptian symbol, or
Yes,
right?
it's a very ancient, old, powerful symbol. It's Ankh is the says also life, and it gives life, but it gives life force energy, because we are like almost the same, like a battery. This is my Ankh.
Oh,
The head and the arms and the legs, we're a bit similar. We are also a human Ankh, and that is information that was in the past in Egypt, and even in Lemuria and Atlantis, and even in other places. They also gave already healings with the Ankh, and also in other places they found Ankhs. And the Tesla coil is also a bit similar. It's like energy, and I really feel that we are like batteries that are like have unlimited energy. If all the shit is out, what we accumulated through all these lives. But in the past, this whole healing method um, was became a bit secret and became lost because some people went with bad intentions in it, and I would, because it's like an amplifier, and it's like your energy comes out like 700 times. So the more powerful you like conscious you are, and the more powerful you are, the more powerful the transformation. But if it's like really bad, it can also, yeah, work
yeah,
not
because
so
it's
not so good.
neutral, right? So it can be used in either way.
Yeah. So people were at one point using it in a not so good way. So they started to make it with one leg, so it's less powerful, and people could still, yeah, like use it, like see the symbol, but it was not as powerful as with the two legs. And only recently the information came up again, and it's people were channeling it. And a lot of times people have the Ankh as a healing device, or have it as a symbol, but they don't know exactly how to use it. But someone in a village next to my parents started channeling it and starting giving it, and more people around started giving it. So now, like, I had a client who really was interested in it, and he couldn't find it anywhere where they were giving it, like internationally. So that's why he asked me to share it, the information, because it was only in Holland provided in Dutch language. And but it's funny that like a lot of people in that area where I come from are using it, and especially in a like a in a very small place, and it's called Heal. So, and where my mom is a healer, and it's funny that the place is also called Heal. So yeah, that information is coming out, and there are already several people really saying like this is the healing method of the future, because it transforms so deeply and so much in such a short time. And yeah, it's really beautiful that I can share that, and also share that to other people, to share this. And it's like you really need to be very pure, from your heart, wanting to be of service, wanting to be the best possible version of yourself. Because if you start working with it, also your things come up, and you want to be as much as possible transformed, that you are just a beacon of light and love. And the more you work with it, the more you become that. But it's also beautiful to give that to people. And in the beginning, when I was like, yeah, it sounds a bit strange. Maybe not people come to me, and yeah, I better do also a massage course so I can do that. Because I'm like there are like physical healing methods like massage. It's like more 3D, and people feel themselves much better after that. But they're not conscious of where it comes from and how does it happen. And with the Ankh, you transform the emotions behind it before it happens, the pain in your body. So you become already conscious about your own thoughts and your own emotions that make yourself um, having pains and ailments. And, and
Wow.
it's also from past lives and from your youth, your store up things. Like while I was doing the course, I came out like there was like like feeling lonely and alone, or feeling sadness while I was like a baby, and I didn't know that anymore. And I also help with people taking away like birth traumas, or traumas when they were in the womb of their mom. Like you don't think that it still has a consequence, but it still has, because your body is so intelligent. It stores up all the information. So it's a really deep healing transformational uh, symbol device that I have. So I'm really it's really beautiful, and it also works like infinitely. So I can work on people online. I have clients from all over the world, and we can do it on WhatsApp and or like Zoom or or on the messenger, and
That
we
is
can do
so,
this.
yeah, that's so amazing. It's and that it's like kind of like originating or blossoming or being remembered in Holland. That's also cool, because there was before, I was just watching another YouTube video the other day with somebody who's also like who started doing a modality, and then suddenly it also started like progressing across the world. And I can see that this is, I feel like this is going to be the same, because so many people, when I already posted in the group, were like, "Oh, what is this? You know, I've heard of it. I sort of know what it is. Like, please tell more. You know, this is really," and it sounds so powerful.
Yeah, and I get goosebumps while you're saying it. So then I know this is a really like a device that is now in these times coming up. This information is coming up because the people are ready. The people are ready to letting go in one life everything what they used to let go in. They need to do several lives about it. This life, this lesson, this life, this life. But now we come here. This is like really big transformational times where we really get to let go of everything in one life. So
Yeah.
that's why it also feels sometimes difficult for light workers, because then you have wave after wave of transformations, like, oh, this again and this again.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, like, can help people in a short time let go of a lot of things. Like when they're like, and I feel also I have a lot of times I have like light workers or light warriors or star seeds, or people that are already on their journey. And already on the journey, so they feel the transformation in their body while I'm working on them. They feel what's happening, and they feel what's leaving their body, and they feel much lighter after. They feel so everybody's also different, so everybody feels different. But I really feel these are really the times where we work on ourselves, and by working on ourselves we heal the whole collective. So every time you do a healing, you work on yourself, but you work on everything, and you know that also. And that's why it's so that I'm so enthusiastic about it, because by every healing that I give, I'm like always like in awe of the courage of people, what they want to let go of, because you heal yourself and you heal the collective health, because your reality changes into more light, more ease, more love, because you become aware of your own things, what you um, um, because you create your own reality, you become aware of it, and then you don't have to have the same things coming up.
Yes. And so, do you know, can you tell how many generations back it kind of influences and how many generations forward? Or is it just like,
Yeah, if you have family karma, I sometimes clear family karma out of generation, like ancestors of I don't know how many lives before. Like I check also how much before, and then they have like something happened in the ancestral line, and then there's like more fear or more sadness, and people are not even aware of it because they're carrying it with them. And also when you're like extremely fearful for certain things, it's not only because it's maybe something happened in your childhood, because we also check childhood trauma. It might even be have something that happened in your past lives that is still ingrained in your chakras, and then you still feel not fully safe in this world. Or especially women that have like they can't really tell their truth, because they had past lives where they were like witches and burned and all sorts of things. And now is really the time to really let all those shackles go, to really fully stand in your truth, to really tell what you want to say, and really be yourself. And I think the more, and that is like, we have like so much on us of conditioning and traumas, and on one hand we're totally whole and we're amazing beings, but on the other side we store up so much things and remembrances, all of the things that we're almost like locked in our own um, bodies. And that's why it's so beautiful to really reconnect again with our bodies, with ourselves, with our, and be more mindful of our thoughts, and also when you have something aching, it's your body having a message,
Yeah,
really having a message for you. And
because
why
I
is that?
we have Murray is watching live, and she says everything you say is true for me, and it's like, also, this is about the third or fourth time just today that I have been hearing about the witch wound, the throat chakra. Open it up, force yourself out into the spotlight, because that is your duty to speak now. It's like, since I woke up this morning till now, and then it's like 3 or 4 times I already heard this. So this is really the message coming today, and your healing, what you can do to like kind of like fast forward that process. That it feels like it's a shortcut, like you don't have to go suffer through it yourself, just heal it in one time.
Yeah, and in a very short time you were like, oh, this is because of this is because of this, and you become aware of it, and also where you got it. So this is really something really beautiful, to really become aware of it and let it go. Because sometimes you have things in the 3D that you're very upset about in this normal reality, but it's something very much different. Like from your past life, you had something similar, happened to you, and that's why you feel it as much emotional as you much more. And as of course that can be trauma from this life, but can be much more, and also trauma from this life you can let go. But this is a really soft method to let it go, instead of, you don't have to go through it again.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through everything again.
Yes. And so what does a healing session look like? Do you have, like, when you were doing it, for instance, online, do I have to lay down and like meditate or something while you do it, or do we speak, or how does it look like?
Well, we have 5 minutes of 10 minutes of information. Then I will tell how it works. And then people can just lie down while I guide them through it. And they can also feel their bodies. So they're mostly like lying down. It's like an hour and a half. People can always PM me for a healing. And I also have a website, misshellbreaker.com, where they can see the information as well. And they can always send me a message on my Facebook.
I have Maxine here online asking, she hasn't got a meeting that she has to rush off to, but she quickly wants to know, is it made of copper?
Yeah, it's mostly brass. It's copper and zinc, but it's also a bit of lead and mercury, but mostly it's copper. And copper is also directly affected with the frequency of Venus, the planet of love. And it has like all the other things is also and this it's a really a device to really, from a lot of love. And also the other things, also Mercury is like the planet Mercury, and it's also the communication. So you're more and more like, there's a communication between heaven and earth. So while doing this, I get also information through me.
Yeah.
And the lead is like, it has to do with I think Saturn, and that is a really like dense energy, and that is also to get like also 3D, to really get that out as well.
Okay.
To get that out. So
And then yeah, sorry.
So you also have to be courageous enough to face your own things, to face your own shit, by the way. But most light workers want to because they want to let go of everything as soon as possible, or rather today than tomorrow. But also know that you can't feel like, yeah, it also has you can deal with certain things at a certain time.
Yes. Because when we spoke about it the other day, you said you literally go into a trance and channel and you can't remember the session at all.
A bit, but not everything. But I'm just like a conduit of love and light, and it comes through me. So I'm channeling, and I'm also burping, because it's like, for me, the transforming of the energy. So I burp. So that's why also when I do yoga or meditation, I know it works when I'm starting burping. And I also channel light language. So also some light language comes through, and that is a language from a very high frequency, and more people also opening themselves up for that. So more people speaking as well right now.
Yeah, the light language also 3 or 4 times now today coming up for me. Okay, so, and also Maxine also, she says, is it similar to Reiki then? Is she asks, Maxine, who's online, she's asking, is it similar to Reiki?
Reiki is more like energetic. It's like the also things letting go. And that is also more like physical and energetically the things go away. But with this, you actually give a tool where it's like people become aware of what is transforming. So with Reiki, if someone knows what it is transforming, then they know it. So it's also in a transforming way. But this is also letting people know what's transforming, and being that people are aware what it is. And it's also karma and past lives and emotions, deep. So every healing method, does similar. I started with Reiki, and it's like it's really beautiful, and it really takes away like also healing. But the people themselves are not always exactly aware of what is leaving. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But the more we are aware of how our body functions and how we feel what is going away, the more we are conscious of what is happening.
Yeah, and then Maxine asks, is there a course available online?
I give an online course, and I have now I just started the second course. Like I started the second course, and I already have a person that is interested, who got a healing from the person I gave the first course to. So he gave a healing to someone who felt immediately that she was like she was really drawn to the healing method. So she asked me if I could give a course. So I'm now organizing my third course. So if people are really interested, send me a PM to talk about it. But at this moment, the person where I get the angst from, it's like those transformational power symbols. He's like so much people are at this moment getting these devices. He mostly does the Ankh, but he also does other things. And he's like so much people are calling him now, because it really is the time. Really, people feel more resonating with it. So I will be giving a next course. So
when they do a course with you, do you also send them an Ankh?
Yeah. So it's like we do. The Ankh is also part of that with the course. So
okay. So you can send it to them anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. We put it in my mom. My mom will put it on the post. But she gets it from the person who gets it, and my mom will ship it with like that. It's also like that. It's also like well, how do you say it with the with like
courier?
Yeah. So that's like
registered.
I don't know. As long as it's registered, so you can also check where. So, but the first course went to England, and now went to Portugal, South Ankh went to Portugal. So it's like it's possible online and all over the world. Because I myself, I'm in South Spain at the moment.
Hmm.
So I can give that.
And thank you
And
to our mothers who support us in business, right?
Yeah.
Thank you to the mothers who support us in business, like your mother sending the stuff around for you.
Yeah. And my mom is also, when I said, oh, the course starts now, she was like, tell them this and tell them this and don't forget this. It's like funny that she's doing the same. She said that, and in the beginning, after she did, yeah, but the teacher said this, and I said, yeah, my teacher said this, because he also got all the time new information. So it's also about as a method where you can bring what you learned yourself. So so the last time I gave her a healing, she said like, oh, I even learned from you. So, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
it's a living thing.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Joy. So I'm going to put your website in here in the comment on this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and healing is mostly like hour and a half, and I just lie down and I take away emotional blockages in the body, on the energy points. I take traumas and emotions from the chakra, take away childhood wounds, family karma, possible entities, curses, and I also check all the body parts. And in more deeper healings, or like after, I always say people, they feel themselves when they want to come back. If it's not necessary, they know how to do it themselves. Then it's perfect. But if they want to go even deeper and transform even more, or come back to me, then we can do like childhood, like emotions from the childhood, the birth, emotions when you were in the womb of your mom, and even like more things with past lives. So it's all possible. You can go deeper and deeper.
Yeah, because this never ends, does it?
No, yeah, there's so much.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to end this live, and thank you. And I'll pop in all the details. Let me see now where to end the live. Hang with me.
Thank you, and bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Okay. Is the live ended? Let me check. Yes, I did it right.
Woo! You did it.